Hey guys, I am autistic. I'm a licensed therapist and I am an autistic content creator. And I'd like to talk about what occurred at the inauguration yesterday with a potential Yahtzee salute and whether or not it was just the autism. First of all, I have bottom-up thinking, and what that means is that I have to basically put every tree in the forest before I can see the forest as a whole, before I can see the big picture. So what I've been doing for the last 24 hours is finding all the trees to put into this forest so I can have a thorough opinion of what is happening. Let's take a second and build that forest together, okay? So one of the trees is the fact that Elon Musk has been engaging in rhetoric that is Yahtzee rhetoric and supporting that rhetoric on X for years. He has gotten in trouble for it in the past. This is not a new thing, and this is not out of nowhere. He also has supported Yahtzee sympathizers and far-right parties in other countries that are getting in trouble, getting fined, getting jail time for hate speech and using Yahtzee slogans and gestures. Another important detail here is that that particular gesture is actually illegal in a lot of parts of the world because it is so unbelievably harmful. In Germany, it's punishable by up to 3 years in prison. Okay, so let's just start with the fact that that gesture is a big deal regardless of what the intended effect was or why it happened. It's a big deal, especially given the state of the world and how much anti-Semitism there has been the last few years particular, but really all throughout history. Now, the two arguments that I'm hearing around autism are that he's just socially awkward and that wasn't what he was implying, or also that it was a stimming behavior, okay? Let's take the stimming behavior first and foremost. Now, with autistic people, a lot of the things that we put out into the world that are harmful, offensive, misconstrued, a lot of it is from us copying other things, right? Like echolalia, that's us repeating back words or things that we've heard other people say. And that can absolutely lead us to doing things that we don't actually morally agree with because we don't understand the dynamic or the context, okay? But if he is engaging in that motion, in that gesture, it means he's been exposed to it. It means he is copying it. It means he's seen it so much that his stimming behavior is naturally modeling that. Truly, I don't know any autistic people that accidentally make that hand motion. But if they did and they didn't mean it that way, I'd imagine they'd apologize. Autistic people are used to being told that we misunderstood dynamics. We're used to being told that we did something offensive. And it's very common for us to be like, I'm so sorry, I didn't realize, that's not how I meant it. My mistake, I won't do it again, right? But there's zero accountability here. There's zero acknowledgement on his part. And let's just be real. If he is not able to comprehend that that is a form of hate speech and take accountability for that, even if it wasn't meant that way, he has no business being on the inauguration stage. I also think that people are misunderstanding that just because you're autistic does not mean that you aren't harmful in some ways, right? We can be harmful intentionally or unintentionally as autistic people. I have known autistic men that have threatened to unalive people, right? That's not an okay thing to do, even if it's part of being autistic. It's okay to still expect an apology or some type of acknowledgement from them in order to feel safe around that person. I think one of the scariest things is that people all around the world saw this, and it is illegal to do this where they live, and they are just in shock that Americans are even allowing this type of behavior. I saw a comment from this German guy who was like, hey, people always say to Germans, how did you not know what was going on? How did you not stop it? And this is how. This is how it happens, one step at a time, while dismissing reality. And one other thing, if you know that people are saying that the regime that's coming into power is a fascist regime, and then you go up on that stage and you do a fascist salute, I mean, come on, connect the dots.